We're live.
All right. You ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
11-year-olds doing wearing diapers.
Don't give away the story.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, Philadelphia adding public toilets and wants to know your number one choice for what to call that spot where you'll go number two. Families are shocked as gorillas do the mommy-daddy dance in full view. And teachers think you should be potty training your children before they turn 11. All this, more news, Maddie's TikTok Nonsense Corner, and just the tips number 46 on this 138th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Maddie Rockdeath.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week? I am Matty Rockdeath, the Mattiest of all Rockdeaths, and proof positive that anyone can have a podcast. Speaking of, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to take a minute, and I want to thank all of the new subscribers for their support and invite everyone to take a moment, go on over to themediavirus.com and check out all of that awesome content. You can also give us a call at 1-646-VIRUS-01. That is 1-646-VIRUS-01. You might make it on the show. Who knows? One of the things that I got to do this weekend was I got to experience one of the true joys of being a grandparent. On Saturday, my son, wanted to do some work on his house and needed someone to help keep his kid alive.
Oh.
So, you got to understand that most of his tools are, in fact, my tools, right? And on my tools, most of the manufacturer's safety equipment has been removed.
Well,
because the manufacturer's safety equipment, it's in the way.
Usually,
Also,
it's harder to use.
Yeah. Also, things wear out. So, I get shit like some of it I got secondhand, and he didn't want to have to keep like plugging in and unplugging the chop saw. Because the thing's got it. Like all you gotta do is shake the handle. The fucking thing goes off. Safety's been complete. There's no guard on it. I mean, it's whacked off and not like it can't be set to a 90-degree angle. It's literally just for rough cuts.
Right.
Like, or if you're building something that's not that important. And
dropped a couple times.
Yeah, it has a hair trigger. I didn't let him use it until he was about 20. Dead serious. I was the only one that would use it, and I would have it on had a multi-plug with a switch on it. So I turned the switch off. So if anybody came near it, you shook the thing too hard, the fucking thing went on. It was dangerous. It's still, I still have it.
That's probably just a loose wire or two.
Probably. But I could probably take care of that pretty quick.
Fix it for $2.39.
So, but we took the little squirt to my parents' house and we just had a blast. For her birthday in May, we got her this water table. Where it's a dump and play set. Like it's age appropriate. And she just fucking loves playing in water. She's in her cute little dress. She wanted to get dressed up to go with Pop. Right. So we're just letting her play in mud in her cute little dress.
That's the joy of being a grandparent. You let them do the shit that they want to do, whether it's a good idea or not.
Yeah, you can send them home dirty, all sugared up. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? They don't ask you to do it again. Well, fuck.
And you
darn.
See, grandparents have the best excuse. When your kid starts freaking out on you about what you've done with their kid, you're like, hey, you're there yelling at me right now, which means you lived. So shut the fuck up.
Right. Oh, kid, no, the kid knows. because when we we were when he was packing her up, you know, he goes into the box of diapers, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I only have 2 diapers," you know, and he's like, "Do you want to? I'll meet you at ShopRite. I'll buy some diapers, or you can just buy them. I'll pay you back, whatever."
Right.
And I looked at the box, and I'm like, "Dude, these diapers are rated 30 pounds. There ain't no fucking way this kid's got 60 pounds of shit coming out of her. We're gonna be fine." We're going to be absolutely fine, but I could not. I had a hard time imagining in my head, if would an 11-year-old be able to shit 30 pounds? Would an 11-year-old be able to shit 30 pounds?
That's a lot of shit, man.
In an entire day? I think so.
That's a lot of shit.
To 30. Like what?
I think with the right diet, anything is possible.
But we're going to find out more about 11-year-olds still in diapers.
Yeah. Apparently, it's a concern for teachers. In a concerning trend, teachers in Switzerland and Buffalo, New York are expressing frustration over older students wearing diapers to school.
Why? I didn't see anything about Buffalo, New York in the story.
Hey, man, AI writes it for me.
All right, cool.
According to reports, many children as old as 11 years are still relying on diapers, unable to use the toilet independently. Dagmar Rosler, head of the Swiss Federation of Teachers, described this as a worrying trend. Experts suggest the average age for potty training is between 18 and 24 months, but it appears that some parents are avoiding this crucial milestone.
Not for nothing. Let me explain to you that I had a child with autism and ID. Okay, just straight up ID. And potty training was a challenge. Potty training was every day.
Well, I mean,
hang on.
It's tougher with boys anyway.
When he was turning 5, they were running out of sizes.
Yeah.
Like we would have had to go to adult diapers
in small.
And there was we got a notice from the school. Like it was made clear that your child must be potty trained.
Seems reasonable to me.
Before he comes to the school.
Hey.
It was made very clear that he was not going to be changed or I don't know what they would do, but nobody was going to change or help him change their diaper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, when my sister was potty training her kids, my niece adored me, wanted to do things and hang out with me, and my sister was having trouble getting her to fully potty train, and I flat out looked at her one day and said, the rule is you can't hang out with Uncle Mike without somebody else around if you can't wipe your own butt. That's just the way it is. And she took it to heart, and not only did she potty train, she went right in for that I'm going to wipe myself shit, right? So flash forward 10 years, because there's my sister's got 10 years between her first and her second. My nephew's born and is now getting potty trained. And you have the issue where it's like you're telling them, hey, look, you got to stop shitting your pants, and you got to start telling me so that we can go and shit on the potty, and without prompting, my niece turns around to her little brother and says, you can't hang out with Uncle Mike unless you can wipe your own butt.
Those are the rules, man. She knows the rules, dude. Hey, that's why she wanted. That's what got her to wipe her own butt. That's what got her hey, I don't want to shit myself no more. I want to hang out with Uncle Mike.
Yep.
Uncle Mike don't shit himself. Hopefully she's not the one caring for you. At the end of life. Mike, we had a rule here.
You remember the rules.
You got to figure that shit out yourself.
You can't hang out with me unless you wipe your own butt.
That's right.
So, I'm sorry, you were saying.
I wasn't saying anything. I was
Oh.
laughing I was just laughing. Where are we going from here?
Margaret Stamm, an educational scientist, expressed concern over the growing acceptance of diapers as a convenient solution, stating that it sends the wrong message. Child development expert
Oh, but
Rita.
it's just so much easier than chasing the kid around and getting shit all over the house. You know, well, what the fuck? What and where is this again? Besides Buffalo, New York, which was
Switzerland.
Switzerland, the country hailed as one of the most progressive countries in the fucking world. People are too lazy to fucking teach their kids how to wipe their own ass. And their kids
only
just
that,
sit
they're-
and piss all like. Could you
They're not teaching him
imagine?
to go sit on the shitter.
No, right.
Go drive the porcelain bus, kid.
But like you're not even that can't be. Listen, you know what? You're screwing up your kid's digestion because
A number of things.
I mean seriously because you're is like our 11-year-olds squatting down in the middle of class to take a shit.
Probably.
So they know when it's going to happen and they know how to make it happen. They just go, it's so much easier.
Is it like when one of them pukes, do they all start doing it?
Oh, that would be awful.
I don't think that's the immediate reflex for folks, Pete. Jesus Christ. It blows that's how lazy people in fucking Switzerland are. They're not raising their kids. Well, it's fucking nanny state. That's what they want. That's what they fucking want. They want feeble-minded idiots. That's what they want.
Yeah, but you know what? The fact is, you don't have to leave the manufacturing line in the factory if you can just crap your pants right there.
There you go.
You're not wrong.
You're already accustomed to it. We should probably make a stylish like ass cream like Desitin. We'll just take Desitin, repackage it.
Oh, they already have one. They've got powders. In fact, anti-monkey butt powder is fantastic. I love it. Great stuff.
Anti-monkey butt powder. Now, do you have to wear diapers often?
No, but working outside and working in the heat, sometimes you get a little swampy.
I wish I'd have sent the news story. I wish I'd have sent the news story of some senator out in Midwest. He was just out in the farm and he was talking to somebody and he was at his house talking to a reporter, just took a piss on his tractor. And I was like, you know what? It's too late it's not, we're not going to get to it tonight. It's, right. He's already got the green lights are already up. I know when the link list is green, you've made your decisions. And sorry for the arguments we had today.
No biggie. But let's see. Child development expert Rita Messmer highlighted the burden placed on teachers who are now expected to assist students with soaked diapers. Rossler firmly stated that it is the responsibility of parents to ensure their school-age children are no longer wearing diapers, emphasizing that teachers should not be tasked with changing diapers.
We should get Doc on the phone and ask her how many diapers she's changed.
While this issue seems to be more prevalent in Switzerland, it has also been reported in Buffalo, where teachers face similar challenges. The Buffalo Teachers Federation reported that 43 children were not adequately potty trained, leading to accidents and teasing from classmates.
Accidents are different than a kid going to fucking school in diapers.
President Phil Rumor emphasized the need for parents to take responsibility and work with their children on potty training.
Listen, we can't have these kids just shitting themselves in the middle of the fucking hallways. All right, it stinks, it creates a hazard. That one kid's got brownie stains running down his goddamn pants. Can we get somebody to help these kids learn how to shit?
It smells like a fucking farm in here.
Who ate fucking tacos, for Christ's sake? And stop feeding the kids cabbage.
It's important to note that some children with medical conditions may require diapers due to limited options for releasing their bowels. However,
usually those kids are taught off-site. Those kids usually are in their own either specialized class or have their own tutoring, especially kids that can't toilet correctly.
That's right. However, experts encourage parents to look out for signs indicating that their children are ready for toilet training, such as showing interest in big kid underwear or facial expressions when it's time to go.
If you see your kid, dude, I have a niece, and she literally hides in the corner and makes that, or this, I'm sure she's potty trained by now. I haven't spoken. She was 4 at the time.
Yeah.
She's, actually, she just turned 4. She was 3 at the time. Now she just turned 4. But that's what she would do. She would go in the corner and she would just, and like watch everybody, like hoping nobody saw that she was taking a shit or nobody real. And it's like pretty easy to figure out when a baby's taking a shit, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everything they do is cute and they do stretches and all that. But like, when a kid's like 2.5, they go hide in the corner and just
Like
it out.
Before there's any outward sign, our daughter knows as soon as our grandson is about to blow off. Like he'll stand up from where he is. She's like, no, we're going to the potty. Because like he'll go to take 2 steps back and go lean up against something. And he tries to play it off cool. Like he'll go lean against the wall. Like,
lights up a cigarette.
Basically, yeah. It's like, I think we need to go to the potty. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Teach your kids not to shit their pants.
I can't.
It's kind of a big deal, especially as you get older.
Well, not as you get too much older. But
well, I mean,
I think that's
Teach him
in the
how
year
to say,
20 in the year 2023, I believe anything anymore that comes down the pike, and I would believe that people are too lazy. People that have given birth to children 11 years ago would be too lazy to teach them to wipe their ass.
Well, as it turns out, it's a good idea to have your children potty trained if you go to the zoo.
Well, we were talking about the childhood, health experts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wonder what she would say about gorillas fucking at the zoo.
I
mean,
now we couldn't get
places.
What?
There's worse places for gorillas to fuck.
That's true. That is true. We could not get AI to produce news copy.
No, they would not. They would not do gorilla mating story.
Which I found it's news. Like it was a legitimate news article.
Well, they let me appeal it, so I appealed it.
And then what?
You don't get an answer. You just get to appeal it.
You just get to appeal it.
So I appealed it. Parents are astonished, or were astonished, when a pair of gorillas at a zoo started acting as they do on the Discovery Channel, right in front of the kids.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Do it like they did on the Discovery Channel.
They started mating at the zoo while everyone watched.
That was an old Kids in the Hall bit. Remember? You want to go to the zoo and watch the monkeys do it?
Yeah.
Was it Kids in the Hall or was it I think it was Kids in the Hall. The monkeys know what to do it. The monkeys make a love.
I was about to say, Mike, are you going to show the picture in the art? There it is.
Yeah, you've got that silver back there.
Damn. There's one dude in the back.
And there's
the videographer back there.
There's the other one. He sat there and just touched the silverback's butt a couple of times. You must always,
no, he's holding an iPhone. He's getting zoomed.
You must always be aware that all creatures, huge and small, have a chance of engaging in naughty behavior when you take your children to the zoo to experience the wonders of the animal kingdom. Whether humans are watching them or not, animals may engage in many kinds of activities, but some encounters are actually only possible at zoos. For example, it's doubtful that you will see an orangutan smoke a cigarette in the wild. And it's unusual that you will bring your entire family to observe gorilla sex up close.
Oh, we have photographs.
But that's exactly what happened to some unfortunate zoogoers. They witnessed this when a pair of gorillas decided to make it in their enclosure in front of everyone. They essentially got into position and started doing it with no real foreplay to let parents know what was going to happen. Thankfully, it wasn't quite a loud mating show that
Here's the
may have
thing.
drawn the attention of everyone at the zoo seeing the gorillas and prompted children to question their parents about what was going on.
Oh, they're fucking. That's
Visitors to the
what they're
zoo
doing.
could only watch as the male gorilla's rear slowly shuddered. The mating pair was occasionally approached by one of the young gorillas, who sat directly behind the male and even touched his behind while mercifully blocking much of what was happening. Visitors to the gorilla display at the zoo quickly realized what was going on. One was overheard complaining that they had seen too much, before going on to see a hell of a lot more and joking that they were seeing a porno film.
I mean, only if you make it that.
There is always a chance that animals will start banging when they are put together, and this risk increases if you keep animals in a public setting in the zoo where visitors can witness them.
I mean, wasn't it Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas? Maybe it wasn't. It was said, I don't know. I can't define pornography, but when I see it, I like it.
No, I know it when I see it.
Oh,
and it wasn't Thomas. I forget who that was, but yes, it was.
No, and if you think gorillas doing it at the zoo is pornography, then there's something wrong with you.
I mean, let's be honest. Gorillas need love too.
I mean, aren't we a sex positive society though? Like, isn't that what the whole thing is about? Like, everybody's letting their freak fly for like, and people are getting offended at beasts that we've captured. We're not offended that we're keeping them in wild beasts in an enclosure for man to leer at 24 hours a day. We're not offended by that. We're offended by their behavior whilst in captivity. They've gotten used to everybody. What's that?
I just got to ask, what video store are you going to and getting gorilla porn?
Well, you got to go to the zoo for that. And it checks out because in my research for this story, I found another story. Gorillas shock onlookers with oral sex show at the Bronx Zoo.
Oh, there's a video? This is the New York Post.
Turns out humans aren't the only ones who get down and dirty for sexual pleasure. And
did you find this before or after I had demanded the gorilla story be in top 3?
After.
Okay. Because I'm like, why didn't we lead with this?
I will come back to the video. The video is there at the top. I will come back to it after I get into the story a little bit. A pair of frisky gorillas at the Bronx Zoo proved that when one was filmed performing oral sex on its partner in front of aghast zoogoers. A clip of the not safe for work scene is currently blowing up on social media, but animal experts report that it's all completely normal. I was shocked and had no idea that was a natural act, the video.
How do we know that she's not just removing fleas?
All right, we'll go to the video.
But that's my question, though. How do we know that it's not, this isn't some kind of like cleaning practice? Don't they pick fleas off each other?
Oh, it's going to load an ad.
Motherfuckers.
So while it
I'm
does...
a first-time
well, she was a first-time home buyer, and she should be very proud of that. She's probably going to tell you all about the benefits of being a home buyer. People rarely talk about the benefits of renting. One thing about renting is you don't have to fucking do anything. Like if your water heater breaks, fucking call your landlord.
Right.
Dishwasher breaks, call your fucking landlord. You know what I mean? Fridge breaks, call your fucking landlord.
Gotta watch this whole ad too. Wow.
They're on to us.
Yeah, they don't even give me an option to get rid of it. So it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, is it? Maybe the gorilla.
I mean, it's not exactly right.
That's
call a gorilla an it either, I suppose. So
I'm sorry, that was transbeastphobic. Beastphobic.
all right, share the screen again. Now that we've kept the ad from playing and displaying. And off we go.
Oh my God!
Yeah, not removing fleas, Matt.
You don't know that. This
Dude,
could be some. This could be a cleaning practice.
He's face fucking her.
Don't look, Josie.
Those two kids are mesmerized. You hit a guy. That was cute. I mean, all right. So I'll say this. I'll say this much. You expect to go see when you go to the zoo to see animals doing. You expect that, right?
You don't expect the blowjob.
You don't expect filleting monkeys. That'd be a good band name, the Filleting Monkeys.
I was shocked. I had no idea that was a natural act. The videographer, who opted to remain anonymous, told the Post of the steamy spectacle, which he captured while visiting the iconic New York Zoo with his family.
He currently masturbates to constantly.
I was in the gorilla exhibit with my 4-year-old daughter and niece, he said. My wife had to stay out of the exhibit with my sleeping son, so I wanted to capture a lot of video. Then the magic happened. The resulting footage shows the given simian servicing his partner while they're splayed out on the ground as onlookers.
Was that two dudes? Was that two male monkeys?
Children away. It may have been. I mean, I didn't get a good look at the equipment on the other one.
Oh, it's because it's Pride Month.
Reps for the Bronx Zoo, who were previously unaware of the video, had no comment when reached by the Post. Meanwhile, this isn't the first time the gorillas have been observed going sextracurricular at the Boogie Down Bronx venue. 7 years ago, a Redditor posted a raunchy pic that depicted two of the facility's animals embraced in what is known colloquially as the 69 position in front of kids.
This is something these chimpanzees want to do to children. These chimpanzees are trying to infect our children.
Great ape fellatio may seem unorthodox, but it's really not.
Great ape fellatio.
Gorillas are known as great apes.
I understand. So are
larger apes. Yes,
right.
We're great apes.
Yes.
Great ape fellatio may seem unorthodox, but it's not. Oral sex is actually fairly common throughout the animal kingdom, with sightings of species ranging from cheetahs to bears and bats engaging in the salacious act.
No, my dog used to go to town on himself.
In fact, many species engage in sex for pleasure. Bonobos, also known as hippie apes, have infamously kinky sex lives, whereas the
Tie
chimpanzee
each other up.
shows a little variation in the act. Bonobos behave as if they have read the Kama Sutra, performing every position and sexual act. Bonobos, every position and variation one can imagine. Stephen D. Pinkerton, a professor of psychiatry and behavioral medicine at the Medical College of Wisconsin, confirmed in the book Sexual Nature, Sexual Culture. The range of non-conceptive sex acts include genital-to-genital rubbing, oral sex, mutual masturbation, and even the seemingly human-exclusive practice of French kissing. According to primatologist Franz de Waal, co-author of Bonobo, The Forgotten
Does this study, do these books and these studies indicate that the world is out of problems? Like we have no problems to actually like fucking tackle? Like global warming's over, right?
Maybe.
And racism solved.
But
right?
I mean,
pride is just accepted by everybody as, that's everything's cool, right? Because we're studying monkey sex.
More or less. Let's see, where was I? French kissing, primatologist friends, the wall, co-author of Bonobo, the Forgotten Ape. And they don't discriminate when it comes to mates. Both males and females practice both homosexual and heterosexual sex, while infants have even been observed going at it with adults. Bonobos are also the only species besides gorillas and humans that have been known to adopt the missionary position during sex. Not raunchy enough? In 2017, a Japanese snow monkey redefined buck buddy after it was spotted engaging in hanky-panky with a sika deer for the first time ever.
Wait a minute.
I remember that one.
What's
I think we reported on that one.
what's a sika deer?
It's a relatively small deer.
So it was a monkey fucking a deer.
Yes.
Why don't I remember that?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we did the story.
I mean, on this show or some other one. I don't.
This monkey and deer have the hots for each other.
I mean, are you sure that? I mean, did he get consent from the deer? How could he get consent from the deer? He should be. That monkey should be brought up on charges. There's no way that's consensual. She doesn't even look. That is a child. That deer is
No,
a
that's a full-grown sika deer.
well, it looks like a child deer, so he's still a sexual predator. That is
It says it was consensual.
how?
It's a strange breed of love. Two species
No.
of completely different animals, a monkey and a deer, were recorded having consensual, in quotation marks, sex for the first time ever. In a rare case of
I wonder if that
internet
UPenn
loving,
professor is going to bring this up at his trial.
a Japanese snow monkey
Here, listen. My dog
and
loves me, and I
female
love
sika
my
deer
dog.
were filmed doing the wild thing on Japanese Yakushima Island.
Are there no other snow monkeys to fuck?
That they say that it's probably a matter of mate deprivation. There's probably not enough other animals to bang, so they just start banging each other.
Gotta bang something. Now, does the deer get to bang the monkey? I'd like to see pictures of that. To be honest with you, let's go.
I was unable to locate pictures of the deer fucking a monkey.
Well,
Sorry. Although when it comes to the animal kingdom, perhaps nothing holds a candle to the sadomasochistic seeming American turkey, which is known to fluff up phallic facial appendages, stand on their mates' necks during intercourse, and other acts that put Caligula to shame.
I don't think these people know much about Caligula because I don't think he had any shame. But yeah, that's what. Now, what was the other zoo? Are these both New York zoos?
Well, that's actually how I ended up finding this one. I was trying to figure out what zoo the fucking monkeys were in, or the fucking gorillas, but it did not indicate a zoo for that. It just didn't. It never mentioned one. So as I went looking to see if I could find the origin of that story, I came up with the filleting monkeys or gorillas.
Filleting monkeys is still a cool band name. You know?
Yeah.
All right, we are the filleting monkeys.
Great ape fellatio.
It's the first song. Great ape fellatio.
I thought it would just be fellatio, but it
Well-
was great.
Well, if you're if she was an ape, if you're coming out of the Philadelphia Zoo, you might need a place to take a dump if you're not wearing adult diapers.
You might. And now that I think about it, I remember when I was a kid at the Philadelphia Zoo, there was one of the apes. I don't remember exactly what type of ape. I don't remember if it was a chimp or a gorilla or.
You've been hit with shit.
No, but there was one that beat off constantly.
I mean,
We used to
right?
love
That's what
doing them.
it's dude, it's by itself,
Yeah.
or it's with another gorilla. Now,
He had a spot where he would say, just go in there, you beat off.
right? What are you gonna do?
No, but when I was a little kid, my parents took me to the zoo here in Wilmington, the Brandywine Zoo.
Is that any good?
Yeah, it's not a bad little zoo, but at the time there was a tiger there. His name was Kubla Khan, and Kubla Khan pissed on me.
This morning, City of Philadelphia is taking on a public.
Thanks, Pete.
Watching the news, are you?
Kubla, yeah. Podcast is boring him. Let me put on the news.
No, I was looking at one of the other stories.
Ah. So you were headed for Philly public toilets. In a bid to address the urgent need for public restrooms, the Philadelphia Department of Planning and Development is considering a unique solution. According to a report from 6ABC, officials are eyeing the installation of Portland loos throughout the city. These standalone self-cleaning restrooms have become a popular option in several cities across the country. The Portland loos, which are named after their first installation in Portland, Oregon, have gained attention in their durability, ease of maintenance, and enhanced security features. Philadelphia hopes to address the growing concerns over the lack of accessible public restrooms, especially in high-traffic areas. The initiative comes in response to a recent poll conducted by the Department of Planning and Development, which highlighted the public's demand for more restroom facilities. The survey revealed that a significant majority of Philadelphians expressed frustration and inconvenience due to the limited availability of clean, safe public restrooms. The installation of Portland loos would provide a practical solution to this issue, as they are specifically designed to be resistant to vandalism and misuse. Additionally, these restrooms are equipped with features that ensure hygiene and cleanliness, including touchless fixtures and a self-cleaning mechanism. While
I feel like
go ahead.
how long before the first installation is completely fucked up?
I don't know.
How long?
I can't imagine it'd be terribly long.
All right. There was a robot that went across the world. It went across Europe.
Yeah.
It went across Canada.
It was a bucket that they dressed up like a robot, but yeah.
There was a robot that went across the world. It went all over the world, spreading love.
Yes.
They found it on Roosevelt Boulevard. From where it had came from, it had not entered the city of Philadelphia yet.
Right.
And it was fucking destroyed.
Yes.
They fucked it up so, and it was supposed to be indestructible. That was it was supposed to be really hard to fuck up. It was supposed to be made well, Philadelphia. He didn't
kind of care for it and be nice to it.
When you want to talk about where that thing was found, it had not hit Philadelphia proper yet.
No, it wasn't.
It was in Philadelphia. It was in the county.
Yeah.
I know the county and the city are pretty much the same.
Yes. But it wasn't like in the city. It
wasn't in the city. It hadn't hit the dangerous part yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like when you're like, I'm going to take a trip to hell. And then you get past a meadow where there's some pointy rocks and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to stop doing that. Because that's pretty much what happened. Somebody, or you get shot, before, like when you walk out your front door. That's because it's Philadelphia. This is where, just so you know. And if it made it through Philadelphia, we don't know if it would have gotten through Wilmington. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, specifically,
because he's got to get through Chester first. Chester is strange. I firmly believe that Claymont is not where I live is not a suburb of Wilmington. It is a suburb of Chester.
Huh?
And
kinda. Yeah.
So I forget where I was going with.
You have to remember, you've got Marcus, Hook, and Linwood in between too.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Seriously. But Philadelphia public restrooms, I can't see these things lasting a long time. Now,
while specific locations of these restrooms are yet to be determined, city officials are actively seeking community input to identify areas that need them most. This collaborative approach aims to ensure the installation of these facilities aligns with the requirements and preferences of the local residents. Philadelphia joins several other cities in embracing the Portland Loos as a practical solution to the challenge of providing public restrooms. These facilities have been successfully implemented in cities like San Francisco, Seattle, and Denver, where they have improved sanitation and convenience for both residents and visitors.
They've improved sanitation by keeping people from shitting in the sidewalk, and
In
they
an
make
effort
people
to-
happier by keeping shit off the sidewalk.
In an effort to enhance the livability and accessibility of Philadelphia, the Department of Planning and Development's consideration of Portland Loos demonstrates their commitment to meeting the needs of the community. As the project progresses, officials will be continuing to engage with stakeholders to ensure a well-informed and inclusive decision-making process. The other thing about that is you can apparently go online and vote because they want to name the program.
Yeah, I thought that was what the story was. Is that they're still like tomorrow or Friday is the deadline.
Yeah, you can
To,
still vote on it.
So you can still vote.
So
I want to submit because everybody's like, oh, Johnny on the spot. All right. Hey, first of all, it's terrible. Here it is because it's Philadelphia. Shit here. Just call them shit here's.
Let's see.
Working on shit, you can shit here. Or how about shit there? We'll call them shit theirs.
So some of the
Shit there? No, shit here.
Some of the choices include flush, spelled with a PH, Philly Loos,
Terrible.
or the Philly Public Restroom.
Philly public restroom.
Yeah, that's real creative, right?
How about a place to take a shit?
how about you feed it into AI and see what they come up with?
Yeah.
I tried the lazy man's version of that, where I
Right.
said, hey, give me some names for this contest. And I put the article in.
Yeah.
It was just names for the article. And
Uh.
it didn't work out very well.
Huh.
So.
Well, that's our top three, folks.
That was our top three. Top three news has been brought to you tonight by My Sports Art Shop. Check them out on redbubble.com and mysportsreport.com.
That's right.
We got what's going on in the B block there, Mike?
In the B block, we've got a few things going on. We've got a little bit of more news, and in the more news, we've got an interesting AI story. I think some research was lost. A lawsuit in the New Jersey school districts.
I've been throwing this story about South Korea in for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I put that in there.
And I just to understand, I want to do a compare and contrast.
Okay.
To the story that we did about North Korea.
Right.
In a few weeks past. So
and then
I wanted to.
There's this goddess statue story that I'd like to touch on. I put it there at the end, and I'm hoping that Big Daddy pops in before we get to it. But we may push that one into the C block.
I would hold that till we have him.
Yeah, that story was specifically sent to me by actually Doc Sennett, and she said,
Doc Sennett. I think I saw it and sent it.
Yeah, and she
It's
said,
like there's 4 different lines for that one.
She said, "Can you please make sure that we get this story on the show for Big Daddy?" So when we see it that many times, and there's a specific plea from a former cast member, that we get it on for Big Daddy. One thing that I wanted to jump to before we get any further is we got a couple of messages this week.
Are we going at this blind?
2 of them back to back.
All right. So if you give us a call here at 646-VIRUS-01,
This could happen to you.
most of the time you can leave a message and we'll play the message on the air, apparently.
Yep. So I'm going to I'll talk over the number that he gives here tonight, and then we'll obliterate it I'll make sure it gets obliterated in the podcast version. So here we go. Here's the first message.
I'll tell you what, I will not tell you guys to go F yourselves. I'll tell you guys to see if you're qualified. Call me back. 7
Da, 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 da.
7 9 2 3 0. And let's see if you're qualified for zero down solar. Let's get you done, baby. Good night.
Oh,
So yeah, it
wow.
Was that an
Oh,
ad
no,
for
that was a
solar?
salesman. That was a salesman making sales calls.
and he got our message, which
Hey,
ultimately says, "Hey, call, just leave us a message. Maybe even tell us to go F ourselves, something like that."
right. So fantastic.
He followed the instructions.
So immediately after that message, because they both the timestamp on them is both the Tuesday at 8:33. So immediately after that, it must have the machine must have dialed the number again, or he redialed it for some reason, and here we go.
Me again. Just wanted to say I loved your voicemail so much that I'm calling it twice. Call me back. Let's get you guys solar qualified and see if you guys qualify for zero down solar. All right. Take care.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a salesman's trick.
Yeah.
So if you call twice in a row, sometimes it'll let you through. Like if you have a call block on 2 in a row, we'll get through.
Sure
also,
did.
Yeah.
He got through to our air.
That's how desperate we are for phone calls, everybody. Even if you call us by accident,
We'll
give
put
us a
you
sales
on.
pitch. I guarantee you that guy's operating in New York, first of all.
Maybe.
Well, he's working. That's his territory.
Right.
Because we have a New York number. Little does he know, we're all in Delaware. Hopefully, he went and did some research. Maybe he's listening right now. Sorry, bro. What's that?
I was hoping that he'd be a listener.
I mean, if you give us enough money, we'll play your phone number. We'll see if we can get some of our listeners
to call in and get solar.
Of our many listeners. Right now, we need about $300.
So let's see what this is what he heard when he called in.
Hi, and thanks for calling the Media Virus Podcast. Leave us a message. Leave us a joke. Tell us to go fuck ourselves. But leave us a message all the same. Thanks, and have a great day.
Yeah, that's hard to get through when you have a bid idea and you want to call it in. That's the one obstacle I got to jump through. Sit there and listen to that. And not that I like your voice. It's not. It's just
you're tired of hearing it.
Yeah, and now it's long. It's like
only 14 seconds.
It's long for me. I have.
Yeah,
I have attention deficit disorder.
It's like putting literal hurdles in front of you.
Literally. Oh fuck! It's like a major obstacle in life. What I call it.
Oh no!
We have another one? You said there was 3.
No, well, I think the third one that I was showing as a message was actually from you from May. It is. It's only 45 seconds. It's here.
I don't know if you people have ever walked into a Harbor Freight store, but it was one of the most fascinating things I've ever done. You will meet people that you didn't even realize existed and were shaped that way. One guy, huge forearms. I mean, huge. And I wound up buying a machete for $6. A fucking machete that is serrated on one side. So it's a machete and a saw. I highly recommend it.
I didn't realize you had never been to a Harbor Freight store before.
I have never been to a Harbor. I've been in Harbor Freight stores, but I'd never walked into Harbor Freight stores quite that high. Because I was in New Jersey for one, and that was funny. My dad. All right, so it's funny because you just added my wife to a Delaware gardening.
I did.
And she was really appreciative.
I don't do a whole lot, like I don't post. I kind of lurk in it just because of the things that are talked about. I mean, I don't do a lot of gardening, but like they talk. Sometimes somebody will bring up a weed or something or a plant or something that is. It's good to be aware of things that you might encounter. So it's like one of those things I leave there in case I need to know something.
Dude, my wife told me to go out in the front garden and get some scallions for dinner. I don't know what is it green? I don't know where the fuck. What's a scallion? How the fuck do I know?
Green onion.
She's like, it looks like tall grass. Like,
Yep.
everything looks like tall grass. I haven't mowed the lawn. What do you? I don't know. I have no idea. I did go out and bring in the right thing, so I was very proud of myself. I was very proud of myself. But my dad wanted. All right, so we have this hose system at my dad's house, right? So my dad's got a good quarter acre. Like, it's a big property.
Yeah.
And he's got pathways. He's got a ramp system. I should take a picture of it. It's an amazing ramp system, and he's got a patio and a shed and all this other shit, where he can, do his.
That's right. He's got the chair, so he's
stuck in a chair. Yeah. So he can't go too far out. He can't go too far out into the yard, so he'll get stuck.
Right.
He can't go too far into the garden, so he'll get stuck. Right. So we have this elaborate hose system, but at this point we only had, he had a one hose goes in, two hoses come out. I forget,
right.
Splitter.
I would call it a hose bib splitter is what I would call it. And then, and we have that mounted to a deck. So there's a hose that runs from where the hose connects to the house to the end of the deck where my dad can turn it on and off.
Then you split it.
And we split it, and one went out to a sprinkler and one went to a hose that he could use.
Right.
So the sprinkler, he could, water the back garden. In the hose he could use, he could, water everything else.
Got it.
And, the whole apparatus had gone bad. That splitter had gone bad. It just was not stopping water anymore. So,
right.
Its main function is to stop the water.
Yes.
So I was looking online and I saw fucking Home Depot had but it's a 4-way.
Yeah, man.
My dad wanted a 3-way. So there was only a 4-way, the manifold, right?
Yeah.
So at Home Depot it was $25, right? So my dad gives me the card. This card sends me to Home Depot. En route, I check out Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight's got them for $13.99.
Yep.
So,
and they got all kinds of other neat shit you can hook up to them.
Right. They got them. Well, not only that, but they had a fucking machete for $6. Right. So I got a machete. He got his thing, and I still saved him fucking like $7. Right.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. But on that boat, Mike, it's
probably time to shut down this A block before we start talking about all of our cool hardware store finds. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in this A block of the Media Virus podcast. You can reach us at 1-646-VIRUS-01. That's 1-646-VIRUS-01. You can check us out at themediavirus.com. We also have presences on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. You can check us out in all those places. I definitely suggest looking at Facebook Reels and TikTok because we're starting to put some little bits of the show out there with a little bit of flash and pizzazz added, and chopping them up so that you get some funny bits real quick right there in your face, and then you can send those to your friends and tell your friends, hey, I listen to these guys and they're awesome. Go listen to them too. And that is how you're a good listener of the Media Virus podcast. We'll be back right after this with the B block. Oh, I need one of these. We'll use. Oh, I get. We'll use this one.
I still